By thy mercy, oh, deliver us, good Lord. By thy mercy, oh, deliver us.
Saw something the other day. It was a picture. Basically, it compared Jesus, that he was our superhero. But think about that for a minute. Jesus is my superhero. Jesus is like Batman. Although he doesn't have the cool Batmobile. But Jesus is like Batman. How about Spider-Man, shooting webs or something? Superman? The Incredible Hulk. You see the problem with that. It's a cliche. See it on church signs, see it on billboards, t-shirts, Facebook photos. Jesus is my superhero. No, he's not a superhero. Those are created beings. They're, well, even worse, they're imagination. That's, to me, blasphemy. It's bringing low the sinless Son of God. It's humanizing him in a sense. Because he's far more than just a mere Superman. My friends were coming back from Georgia, and they're on a church sign, took a picture, still can't believe it. You hope that something like this is fake, but it said that God is in our hearts. All we have to do is seek, ask, and find. Now, to the person who's not really in church, how's they going to see that? They don't know much about Christianity. Here's my point. Our theology, particularly here in America, is shallow. I understand that God is a personal God, but he's just not, as the song says, I am a friend of God. He's not just your friend. He's your king. You don't just walk into the king's court and go, hey, buddy, old pal, how you doing? No, you show reverence, respect. There's awe there for who that king is. In Malachi, or as I like to say, Malachi, Malachi the prophet talked about Israel, and they were bringing junk to the Lord's table. And his response was, would you bring this kind of junk to a king's table, to an earthly king? No. He'd throw you out, throw you in jail, or maybe lop your dome off. Why would you treat me that way? We see the transcendence of God in Scripture. Think of the sun. Think how much damage it does, that it could kill us. Think of the one who created it. We think of the oceans, how powerful they are. One little tremor can trigger a tsunami, wiping out thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. Yet, how about the one who created it? Psalms describes God as just a breath, just a blow of his nostril causes a tsunami. God just blows some air out of his nose, and it creates a tsunami. It creates a hurricane or a tornado. The Bible describes the clouds as the dust of his feet. Think about it. That's what God kicks up when he walks. Think of Isaiah and the vision that he had of the Lord. And that vision he had of God set him reeling on the ground in agony, cursing his existence. The angels veiling themselves before the throne of God, not because they were sinful, as Isaiah was, because the angels were creatures. Come face to face with God's holiness and his transcendence, sent Isaiah in agony. People often say, why didn't God show himself? Because he's merciful. If he did, you'd be dead. The holiness, the transcendence of God. And yet, we toss it aside as nothing. Minimize him. Because, frankly, the superhero Jesus, we can manage. We can worship him. But the idea of a Jesus that is transcendent, that sends you to your knees in agony, the idea of a Jesus that, with one breath of his nostrils, could destroy the earth, the Jesus that holds everything in existence, the Jesus sitting as judge one day, the Jesus who slays the wicked and evicts them from the face of the earth, that Jesus, he's not quite so manageable, my men. Study the attributes of God and of Christ. Study his aseity, his omnipresence, omnisapience, his holiness. Study those things. Lift God up high rather than humanizing him. What do we lack in the church today? God's holiness. And those amazing attributes that cause us to tremble. Take care. Serve him. See you next time.